All right, how y'all doing? What's going on out there? Just got off the another live, very intriguing conversation. We were talking about it's whack, something similar around sex. So what I decided to do, which was to go back and I had to straighten my camera out, make sure I go back and kind of recap last night top 10 concerning the things women wish men knew about sex. Right, I thought that today will be a great kind of recap because the earlier conversation I had with Donna Wall with real life relationship growth, we were kind of talking about sex and whose fault on it, as far as if the sex wasn't good, whose fault. Kind of throughout the scenario, you can kind of check that out. Also post that as well. But I kind of want to go ahead and tie in with the actual live from yesterday. So just want to do a quick recap and tell you what my final thoughts are on that. Okay, because I actually had a few conversations with a few of my friends about this particular subject. So Marq's top 10 things women wish men knew about sex, and also keep in mind that this was a actual article from Essence that I ran across. They had about 20. I pulled out 10 that were ones I felt that were unique. But once I go over them, I'm gonna tell you my quick thoughts, and that'll probably be it for the night. But here we go. Sex and love aren't the same. Sex and love aren't the same. So from what I gathered from that particular article, women saying, "Hey, sex is just what it is. Making love is more so a deeper emotional connection." Sometimes I guess they were saying that men feel that they are the same. Here they're saying it's not. So real simple. they are not. They are not all the same. Meaning that women. Excuse me. From what I took from it and from the article, they were basically saying that how you treat me, the women, you shouldn't treat like the last as far as when it comes to sexual experiences or even how you particularly treat that person. But in this case, for sex. So that was 2. 3, it can make them feel safe. Okay. So basically from the response I saw from that particular article, one of the things that was mentioned was the fact that when there's a level of intimacy where you guys are connected within that particular state of having sex, there's a safe feeling that comes around her and that she's secured due to that particular act of sex at that time. That was her response for that. That was the article. Touch them, tease them, basically just more so on the foreplay part, touch them certain kinds of ways, tease them, make it exciting for them. As far as from what I gathered, it was more so from the standpoint of just kind of like making sure that there's that anticipation. It's like a build up. I kind of gave the example of like your favorite movie, right? Your favorite movie. You pretty much, when the sequel gets ready to drop, it's like this anticipation. You can't wait. And then guess what? It's opening day. So that's how I took that. That's my own personal view. They are ovens, not microwaves. That's something that I kind of view that as saying from a standpoint of, show some type of like foreplay. Foreplay, it would be considered the oven, right? Foreplay. Microwave would be stripping your clothes down, just jumping on top of you, getting yours, and that's it. Sometimes it's fine. I'm not saying that that's not warranted in some occasions, but for the most part, the actual foreplay or things that lead up to them having a great sexual experience. 6, foreplay matters. Again, that's something more so with the anticipation of the actual act. 7, taking off their clothes is a big deal. Again, this is one of the things that was mentioned in that particular article, that the point where someone is leading up to sex where the clothes are actually coming off, it also leads to anticipation of it being even a greater experience. No condoms, no complaining. So this one right here was more so based on, from what I gathered and what I've learned, meaning that if we decide to go to a space where we're getting ready to have sex, whatever happens, whether it be pregnancy, whether it be diseases or whatnot, you can't complain about it because, I'm going to own it because it's their particular body as well. You should own it. You can't really complain as far as what that next step would be. Okay? No comments, no complaining. Stimulate the mind too, make sure that you're able to at least conversations from what I hear from women is a great way to stimulate a person's mind, right? Or their particular mind. Also being very unique in things that you do and doing things outside of the box, right? That can be used to help stimulate the mind too as well. That's from what I gathered. All right. Clitoris is queen. That particular one, for sure. I kind of already knew that part, but I guess for them, according to this article again, in essence, that they say clitoris is queen. Sometimes as men we forget that. I guess I don't know. I understand it's the queen though, but it's bonus. They like orgasms too. So basically, they're saying what you get yours, make sure I get mine. Basically, is what they're saying. So from what I gathered, that particular bonus means that don't be selfish. The ladies saying don't be selfish, fellas. They like one too. All right. So the moral of this story, this quick recap, I'm just going to say this. And I kind of said this yesterday, and I'm going to just kind of reemphasize it. That at the end of the day, what matters most from what this list was comprised of is that the sex starts before the actual physical part of the sex. So the sex would be the things that stimulates her, the things that allows her to connect with you, the things that allow her to want you to feel a certain kind of way before you actually begin to go to the next phase, which will be the physical side of the actual sex. So I gathered in summation that it is more important to stimulate a woman through her mind before you could even think that just the fact that you are physically having sex with her, it is much better if they are connected through these particular top 10. So that's what I gathered. It's late. It's about 10:30, and I appreciate. Just wanted to kind of jump on, do a quick recap. Also, just to make sure. Again, Friday we will be doing YouTube and Chill. That will be a segment where we would actually put up videos. These particular videos are actually pieces that are awareness piece, so that when you are out dating, just to be aware of who and what you're dating. So we'll definitely use Friday nights as being YouTube and Chill. I'll have a video. We'll comment through the video. We'll watch the video. It will be centered around dating. I definitely like the ones that have true crime. True crime, for some reason, I've always liked First 48. So those videos will be similar to those types of stories. So other than that, it's late and I am getting ready to call it a night. So you guys have a good night and thank you for tuning in.